Hello, this is Steve Moore with inTakt, here to show you around the platform. Let's dive in. User-friendly interface. inTakt has the best interface on the market. In fact, most users try all sorts of software before they always come back to inTakt, so we just cut all the crap and allow you just to jump in and just create your first project, no questions asked. I'm going to create a new project called, I'll call this demo project, just to be simple. And I'll make it start on Monday. It's going to ask me some simple questions here to describe my project. I'll be really simple with it. Put the dollar value of the project, the duration in months, throw in a phone number, company name, and how you heard about us. When I hit this calculate pricing, boom. We just get that fast, quick, intuitive pricing. No questions asked, no salesman needed. It's one of my favorite things. And now I can see cost per month, the discount for paying for the whole project up front. Also have a free option. Guess what? I can go free, no credit card required, just start using the full bore software. We've just opened it up to everybody. Our software is that good, or we're willing to do that. Getting started is really simple with all these basic steps just laid out for you. Areas, for example, I'll put in here floor 1, zone A, zone B, and so on and so forth. And I can even duplicate the zone if I want. So I'm going to jump out of here and duplicate that a couple of times. Why not 4 times? So now I have floor 1, 2, 3, 4, and all these expand out as desired. Adding tasks, we've made that so simple that you just simply start typing them in. Layout, floor, framing, automatically assigns colors. So you can customize these tasks to your heart's content. You can add unique colors, you can change all sorts of attributes and behaviors of these tasks, but we leave it very simple and easy to use on the surface. I'm going to fast forward here and simply grab a project that already has some tasks in it that I like, and I'll grab phase 1 from that project, and boom, I've populated the list from a previous project, for example. Select the weekdays, work weekdays, select the tax period. I can vary from that tax period if I want on specific tasks. I'll leave it same for now. Automatically tells me right from the get-go what my phase duration is. Project range, all that stuff. You can add holidays, do all those things right from this window, but boom, show me a software that can create a tax plan that quickly and easily. Has all these tasks in it. And notice if I tap on a task, I have tons of information that I can modify and change and improve any way I want to. So there it is, very user-friendly interface at the surface. Collaboration support. inTakt is the most collaborative platform out there due to the fact it's dead simple to use. Anyone can jump in, view it, see it, be a part of the live active project. But on top of that, notice this button right here for managing users. inTakt allows infinite users on every project. So you can have unlimited trade partners, people on your project, superintendents. You can have unlimited managers, however we want to break it out. Very simple to add users, instantly invite them. And you can even modify the roles to allow what certain people can do and what they can't do, and customize that to your heart's content. It's web-based. It's available on every device. So any screen you can show inTakt, it can use, making it highly accessible and easy for anyone to be in. We have multi-user editing, where multiple people can make changes all at the same time. We do have some limitations where only one user at a time can edit the main overall tax settings, but that's a conflict we don't run into very often. And just simply due to the intuitive nature of the software, it's extremely collaborative. Ease of planning. inTakt has many features built in to make it dead simple to plan. One example of this is if I look in tax settings, look at all these tasks we have, the repetitive tasks that are planned. If it has this arrow icon on it, it shows that it has preloaded subtasks. So what these do, and I'll jump from task to task here, allows you to basically pre-populate your work plan for the entire project on the go. You can still make modifications to the work plan to make it a little bit easier week to week, or make it more specific to some tasks missing or some tasks added week to week. But I can't think of a more simple solution than to jump into inTakt, plop open your work plan, and have it already populated for you. I could still come in here and add a unique, if I could spell, unique task, grab it there, pull it wherever I want it, extend durations on things, just making that really simple. But now check this out. I hit this download button. I now have my entire work plan. For example, I'm showing a 2-week look ahead, showing with the tasks, subtasks, all listed out, really methodically worked out to show all the labels in the most space efficient way, and a sheet that I can print out and hand to the trades where they can check off these boxes, come back in, and just dead simple updates. On top of that, not only am I showing all those tasks for the next 2 weeks, but I'm showing here the zone map colored by where every trade's going to be, including any roadblocks that we have. For example, this RFI here that's showing up on this task right here, shown in the legend. So just really, really fast and simple. I could show a 3-week look ahead, a 4-week look ahead. We just make it very fast and easy. In this case, it's 2 sides of a sheet of paper. So it's still just a single sheet of paper to show their 5-week look ahead, for example. So try to show me something more simple than this, but you know what? Maybe I'll show a couple more of the usability things. We don't have time to show, even scratch the surface on this call of some of the capabilities of inTakt, all the intuitive features built in. But for example, I can unlink all these tasks from each other. Boom, done. And then I can just relink them in any sort of order I want. Link those in a sequence. I haven't shown some of the features where I can change any sort of attribute about any task in here. So let's say this one is a larger task period. Because it's all logically driven, it's just instant, responsive, reactive. Every scenario we've come across, we've built features and functionality that cover it. And so that's the ease of planning, ease of controlling. So maintaining a task plan, it can be a daunting task for many people, especially Excel users or those that have to manually control all the ripples and things through a plan. But with inTakt, it's so simple that I tap a task I wish to update, and the trade completing the task simply hits done. And look at this, it even shows you which person it was that marked that as done. The next trade can say they received it. But why not add a note here and say, left a little messy, so they can put their notes in there. And then the general contractor or whoever's managing the schedule can hit this approved button. Notice the task, it turns gray once these are marked as done. So I'm going to mark another one here as completed through that phase. But let's say this frame walls activity for some reason went long. Let's say it went a couple days long. It's going to instantly ask you for reasons for variance. So I can go ahead and select one of these reasons here. I'm going to call this a materials issue, and additional description put in there. I'm going to hit save. Now you look instantly, I see this task push out. I see the ripple effects that it's caused moving through. But maybe I can say, actually, I'm going to show the default links here. So these are all the logic links that inTakt operates under, which makes it dead simple for managing. Because you can just have those ripples occur instantly. I'm going to edit these links here, and I'm actually going to say that I'm going to let it overlap with that predecessor. And I'm also going to grab this insulation task and say that sure, it can overlap with the framing walls as well. And save links there. You'll notice that it even creates new rows when it needs to be able to show all the tasks. I could force it down to still show it in the neat, clean rows like that. But I kind of prefer this view. And there's 20 million things I could show you about the different view functionality and things like that. I don't know why I'm going on these tangents, but we do have a workforce display. I'll show that really fast, where we can have the histograms there. We have quantities and costs. So I can select, for example, lineal feet of mechanical piping, or any type of piping that we wish to display. It just simply does it all. I can even show the weekends and holidays. I always compare to Excel because that's our greatest competitor, but we're really womping on Excel right now. Some of the usability issues. And I didn't show you roadblocks yet. So we also have that ability to add a roadblock here. And so once I click on that button, sorry, I'm going to click this add a roadblock button. I can click on an expected resolution date for that roadblock, title it as my favorite RFI 232, and I'm going to call this a plumbing issue, and set who's going to be responsible. I'll take responsibility for this one. And then I can tap the task or tasks that are affected in the schedule, hit add roadblock, and boom, it shows up not only here on the task, but it'll show up in the zone map as well. And I'll show you some of those features and some of the outputs in the next sections. Adherence to TACT principles. So let's start off by looking at some of the reporting and things that come out of inTakt. So we track clean handoffs. Percentage of clean handoffs is essentially a PPC that just tracks, is one trade handing off to the next as planned. We track that over time, cumulative and weekly. And you'll also see the tasks that didn't adhere in a really clean, easy to audit list. So with TACT planning, because you have repetitive tasks, not only do we have reasons for variance, but we have variance by task. So you can see which tasks or which wagons are the ones that are most offensive to the schedule. And you see the specific list down here and the reasons why. But then we have the classic reasons for variance that many people wish to see. And so we see that over each update cycle, what are those main reasons why tasks were not completed on time? Then we have a roadblocks log. So in the previous section, I showed you how to create roadblocks, but here we have a complete log of all those outstanding roadblocks and even listing which tasks they affect. We can directly jump to those tasks in the schedule. We can mark tasks as complete. We can sort, filter, group, all that stuff that people love to do right here in the roadblocks log. But I'd really like to talk about with our adherence to TACT principles. So we've studied the lean TACT principles of TACT planning, read all the books, go to all the trainings, and we've made sure that inTakt complies with all these standards. So if you've seen Jason Schroeder's materials, inTakt is built to support that methodology. But at the same time, we don't force idealistic methodologies on people. So we still provide a lot of flexibility for users to be able to plan in their own methodology, in their own ways, without forcing people to have uniform TACT periods, for example, or forcing people to pack wagons a certain way. We add the flexibility for all clients. We support projects across all sorts of divisions, all sorts of types of work, anything from data centers to hospitals to housing projects to even affordable housing in Africa. We have several $1 billion worth of work at any point in time going on in inTakt, and we support it all. Unique features. So in this very brief demo, we're only able to show you a small fraction of the features we have available. If you go to our YouTube channel, just look for inTakt on YouTube. You'll find dozens of videos that go into detail on many of our other features we developed that are not in here. You can also click on your picture icon in the top right corner, and it has a constant feed of all the new features that we're adding. So we have a dedicated team of developers continuously building and improving and adding features as requested by clients. But we also have we also pour all of our profits, everything we're receiving, right back into the product. So every sale we make just goes to us hiring more developers, and we're in the process currently of hiring more developers. So we're working to continually improve our lead over the competition at a more rapid pace. It's creating a wonderful snowball effect for making inTakt the most versatile and powerful takt planning tool in the market. So a couple features I haven't shown yet are the zone map. So I'm going to pull up in a grid view here, and I've got videos that show how this all works. But notice it's really easy and intuitive to create these maps using your own drawings and floors to show which trades are working where when. We have all sorts of different functionality and examples and export features and all that for this feature. This is one of I'll maybe show another phase really quick. Let's show what the facade would look like on this project. And I can just simply drag the slide at the different points in time or hit an old-fashioned play button to watch how the different phases play out and work with each other. So this really enables a lot of that. We've considered adding a 3D model integration with it and haven't seen the full value of that compared to just the really fast, easy, intuitive 2D. But we do have plans for pulling in model quantities and all those to make it easier to balance your zones, everything there. And we're always constantly considering new features based on customer feedback. But I also would like to touch on export features. So we can export to a PDF, a nice PDF that you can place on your wall. And we're currently building even more functionality for that wall PDF print that makes it extremely powerful and versatile. We have an Excel export, which this exports a traditional Excel spreadsheet that's all colored and unique, and even shows all the granular data. So you can grab that and work with that data, including all the manpower and the quantities and all those types of things. And then we export to Primavera P6 and Microsoft Project. So this will export your schedule with all the current status with the WBS based off of the project, phase, area, and zone, and list all your activities with all the logic. It automatically closes all the loose ends. It does everything that's required to pass the quality tests for a P6 export or Microsoft Project. And I just want to say there's these features and many more inside of inTakt waiting for you to explore, and feel free to set up a demo with us anytime. And we're excited to see which software you pick. Thank you.